Good evening, Schneider drivers, or should I say good morning. It's 1 o'clock. I just finished for the day. I pulled into the TA in Buttonwillow, California, and this is a great TA. There's plenty of parking. So I parked for the night. I wanted to speak briefly about one of the best benefits of Schneider National. And one of the best benefits is, actually, it's the health insurance. I elected to take advantage of the health insurance, and it comes out of my weekly pay. It's not much. But February 3rd of 2019, my appendix burst. And throughout the day, it was painful. I was having pains, but then all of a sudden the pain became intense. And I have had some injuries in my life, but this was the most painful thing I have ever felt in my life. So, long story short, I drove myself to the emergency room, and I walked in and I said, "I think my appendix is burst." And they said, "What?" I said, "No, if your appendix burst, you wouldn't even be able to walk." And I said, "Well, I think my appendix is burst." So they put me in a hospital bed in the emergency room, and they did an emergency CAT scan. And they came back about 15 minutes later, and they said, "Your appendix is burst. We need to operate immediately." Because when your appendix bursts, your appendix gets infected, and the infection will make the appendix swell. And if the appendix bursts, then all that infection gets spread throughout your innards. So they needed to operate immediately. They put me under. The surgery was successful. I was in the hospital for about 3 days recovering. Once I got out of the hospital, I stayed in a hotel for about 3 more days, and then I returned to work. I didn't have anything else to do. I don't like sitting around, so I came back to work, which everything was fine and dandy. It took a little while to recover, but I'm 100% now. And besides my appendix bursting, I am in perfect health. I don't have any pains. I don't have any health issues whatsoever. But this appendix kind of came out of left field. The bills were pretty steep. I think in all, for the surgery, the surgeon, the anesthesiologist, the hospital stay, the emergency room visit, it ended up coming to about $35,000 for this. That's a lot of money. The Schneider health insurance paid for almost all of it. Think about that. The insurance paid for almost all of it. So before you take the health insurance for granted, just consider my story. I could, at the time, have paid $35,000. I have the money saved up. But the insurance paid for almost all of it. And that is a benefit. A huge benefit. That being said, Friendly Bill, I hope you are having a fantastic weekend. See ya on the road.